I believe our only order of business today, excuse me, Stephanie. Yes, we've nominated officers for becoming for 2020. Unless anybody has any input on some reminders. Number one reminder, apply for your credentials at the Miami Auto Show. And what's the website again, John?
www.miamiautoshows.com.
Shows. Yes.
miamiautoshows.com.
.com, not .net.
Correct.
Okay. Miami Auto Shows.
There's a form for everybody at the table with everything specified. It takes you directly to the application area.
Okay, so they're going to have legal
Along with the
we can go over there and sit tea after we get done here. And there's also an invitation from Mazda, which is what, Thursday night before the show? Is that Halloween?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Thursday, Paul, Thursday it's Halloween night. So we pushed it back. It's from 8 to 10 at the Sagamore Hotel, but everyone should be getting an invitation.
Okay. Traditional costume to raise in your belly button and goes a cookie. All right. No further ado. I don't believe there's any other things. Well, we do have a sponsor for next month, which will be, I don't think we picked a site or anything. So the board is a sponsor, which is appropriate since they're going to be here next month. But so watch for your mailbox out on that. Probably the 20th.
That's correct.
November 20th. So you can at least put that date around. We'll send you all the information on that. Without further ado, according to our bylaws, our secretary now will conduct nominations for officers. All the officers, including me, unfortunately, are eligible to go. There's no term limitations. The only term limitation that we have is, of course, when the president for 2 years. So, further ado, to you.
So you want to tell them the process though, once we've taken the nominations? Once the nominations are taken?
Once the nominations are taken, we'll send you out a ballot. I think we'll try to, we'll send you a ballot via email. You can vote, return that ballot, or you can bring the ballot to the November meeting. And if you don't get a ballot, or you forget about it, or you don't get an email, or whatever, there will be ballots at the November meeting for final tabulation.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great to see all these wonderful faces here today. So, without any further ado, we know obviously that Paul is our current president, and his reign runs until the end of the year. So the floor will now be open for nominations for president for Sama going into the 2020 year. Anybody, if you just have a nomination, just call it out.
I would like to nominate Mr. Paul Gordon for president.
Okay.
C. I think.
Any others? Okay.
So what's gonna happen?
No.
So what's gonna happen now, depending what?
What was the second one?
There was another nomination for
Oh, he said-
Jose Carlos. Is that Luis? Luis made a nomination for Jose Carlos.
Second that.
Jose Carlos. That's being seconded?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any others?
So we have, Jose Carlos de Mier.
Uh-huh. So Jose Carlos and Paul, any other nominations for president? No? Okay, nomination is closed. And then for vice president, and that position is currently held by Daniel Alvarez, who's not with us today. Okay, Nacho, sorry. You're not renominated, okay.
What?
You nominated Daniel Alvarez.
Okay. Any others? Yes? Ready? Okay.
Click on that.
you're nominated and you don't accept the nomination, just say so, because we're gonna put the ballot of those who accepted the nominations. Okay, accept, perfect. Any others for vice president? We have,
Jonathan Brownfield.
Jonathan, do you accept?
I accept.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
And Luis, you nominated Joaquin? Joaquin, do you accept?
Yes, I'll accept.
Good.
This is for
Don't-
vice
don't-
president?
Yes.
Second thought on the claim.
Second thought, no?
No, yeah, I'll take it, I'll take it.
Okay, so,
Been trouble making a decision?
okay, so.
I don't know. I'm not sure, yeah, I'll take
So for
it.
vice president, we have Joaquin, Daniel Alvarez, Freddie Wiles, and Jonathan Brumfield, right? Brown. Awesome. Okay, and secretary, I currently hold that position. Any nominations for secretary?
Yourself.
You, Jaime Flores for
Jaime? Jaime, do you accept?
Yes,
Okay. And any others?
Nacho Garcia.
Nacho, do you accept?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Any
Yourself.
others for secretary?
Yourself.
Myself, Woody, thank you, okay,
Second.
okay. Any others? Oh, okay, gotcha, okay. So for secretary, the nominations are Woody, Jaime, and Nacho,
Nuevo, okay.
okay?
Joaquin.
Can I just run this in
Joaquin is nominated
Joaquin,
for vice
vice
president.
Oh, vice
Can I run this one in Spanish?
Sure, sure.
Solo para en español, para que sepan dónde vamos para presidente, es nominado por Paul, nominado y José Carlos del Nieto. Pero todo va a pasar, ahorita tienen ustedes un mes para que quien quiera votar y después ya tomamos en noviembre la decisión, depende de los votos mayoritarios. Para vicepresidente tenemos a Daniel Álvarez, que es el vicepresidente, tenemos a Freddy Ruiz, tenemos a Jonathan Brownfield y a Joaquín Ruiz. Entonces, para vicepresidente tenemos 4 nominaciones. De secretario tenemos a Woody Lesane, que es ahorita de la Current, tenemos a Jaime Flores y tenemos a Nacho García. Y seguimos para el siguiente que es Treasurer.
And for treasurer, currently in that position is Marcelo Serrano.
Second that.
Nominations for treasurer are closed.
No one else wants, okay, got it.
Just to be official.
Official? Well, I guess I have to open the floor. Are there others? No? Okay, so nominations for treasurer is closed at Marcelo. Okay. All right, so as Paul said, we're gonna put this together in a nomination ballot, and it'll be sent via email. Probably do that through MailChimp.
And sorry,
And via email as well. Okay?
Well, I'd like to say, well, thanks for coming down here. A little bit concerned as far as, whether people, you all express an interest in the survey and you lived up to your, what you said in the survey, which is good. The other thing I'd like to say is, I'm amazed, this is the most accommodations we've ever had for office.
That's excellent.
Great, I really appreciate it. People are willing to step up. And Liv, Andrew, Neil, and Al, oh, they just came in. That's all right. How you doing, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you guys here. We want, we'll, go ahead, this is end our business so we can eat and then turn it over to you if that's all right. It's kind of an informal thing. If you want to talk to Al, we all know Al, I believe, from Live and Smiles. He's now kind of moved up in the world.
Yep.
Great. We do want to thank the Speedway for hosting us, and this is really a great place, and even provided off-track entertainment.
That's right, we have a lot on track today,
This is the Yak Academy, and Gustavo Yakman is a Colombian race car driver, very accomplished in lately in world endurance, open wheel, and so now he brings some of his sponsors, some of his friends, some of his network that have these hot rods that don't really know how to drive them. So Gustavo and a few other instructors give them some seat time and some instruction, and you know, they just have fun with their cars, so in a safe and controlled environment. So that's what's going on here today.
Somebody just had this business earlier. I also want to say thank you very much. You know, one of the early emails I sent to you was, hey, you know, anything typical unfair, hamburger, hot dog, that's one thing, and what they give, the kids provide a smile. And now we have this very nice spread out here. It's really great. Nobody else has anything else. We can.
Just one more thing, just real quick, John, is there anything else you may want to add?
Well, Paul did a real good job, but the one thing he did forget is press day real quick. The first press conference is gonna be at Camp G. It'll be a breakfast. I'd still like you all to register in the press room. On the press schedule, it indicates where the press room is. And then we can walk over with your credential to the first press conference. There's press conference Mopar with the breakfast. You have Nissan, you have Hyundai, and Heine's doing one, Toyota's doing one, so it's a full day, and then it ends with ride and drives. There's gonna be 2 ride and drives. We're gonna be offering the 2020 Sonata, which isn't in the dealership yet. It's, you know, getting them, but it's not exactly easy, and the Palisade. So those 2 vehicles will be made available at the end of the last press conference, which is currently Heine's. So around 2:15, 2:30, you're welcome to do the test drives. But complete it, and it's a Friday. Try and get there early, register so you're not running around. The schedule will be on the website, but it's here as well in a hard copy.
To park in the 17th Street garage is the best place to park.
Right, I'll get the roster from somebody and we'll have reimbursement money aside for the members that come, and the 17th Street is great. A little easier this year than it was last year because the opening is further on the north side, south side. So we're in good shape.
West corner, right?
Right. Any other questions? Be there early. We're excited. It's going to be a great show. Huge $1 million exotic area. We have Memory Lane, Camp Jeep, as I just said, and Havana classes. So we have some good displays that you should enjoy.
Not so many manufacturers.
Pardon me?
Not so many manufacturers this year.
Not so many as in the past? Yeah. This is subscheduled. Some years are huge depending on the timing of when they release and stuff. So this is a good schedule, but it is a little less than what we've had in past years.
It's important that we as journalists, as influencers, as they call us today, try to convince the manufacturers this is a wonderful opportunity to show vehicles. It's a wonderful show that they have to go the extra mile and try to bring more reveals and more conference.
Guys all here, you know, pleasure to have you. You know, I don't know how long it's been since you guys have been here, but you know, it's something we'd like to do, you know, on a regular basis in addition to, you know, potentially other things. I mean, we like to, you know, kind of think of ourselves as kind of the epicenter of racing here in South Florida, and you guys are, you know, all about automobiles, racing, and I think it goes hand in hand. And so our relationship with you guys is very, very important. It has been, and you know, it always will be. So anything that we can do to help you out, you know, please let us know. But I think you all know Al Garcia, so I'll turn it over to him now.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. And we, you know, what Neil said, but my name's Al Garcia. I am proud to say that I'm the only person that has been here working as an employee of Homestead Speedway since its inception. And we broke ground here in the August of 1993, 1 year after Hurricane Andrew, and we opened our doors in the fall of 1995. So next year we'll be celebrating our 25-year anniversary, right? So again, I'm honored and I'm very proud to say I'm the only one that's been at this project since it was a potato field that we started kind of filling and shaping and designing tracks and leaning on people like Bill Adam and Emerson Fittipaldi and others to make sure we got the road course part of it right. The oval was dictated by the IndyCar technicians and the NASCAR technicians, but the road course was a little bit more of a local effort. And we consulted with a lot of very accomplished road racers to get what we have here, which, in my opinion, is probably the finest road course that's confined inside an oval.
I agree.
Right? I mean, it's a challenge because you're inside a 1.5-mile bowl, but I think we did a proper job, and I thank everybody that was involved with that. I won't be long here, but I wanted to kind of touch on a few things. We're active here about 304 days of the year with activity like you see today. We have the NASCAR event now coming up on November 15, 16, and 17, and we have some other major events. But on a day-to-day basis, this is what we do. We're active here all 52 weekends of the year, about 300 days of the year, 304 I think, and we account for about $320 million worth of economic impact that's put into the community. You know, we have a FARA race or an SCCA race or a CCS motorcycle race, and we'll fill thousands of hotel room nights because you've got 300 or 400 people spending 2 or 3 nights in town and eating in Publix and the local restaurants. That's what this project was intended to do. And this is a great example of a public-private partnership that is actually working and doing what it was supposed to do. And you know, Ralph Sanchez, God rest his soul, had the vision of helping revitalize and rebuild Homestead after the devastation of Hurricane Andrew, and it's working. So I'm really proud to say that it's doing what it's supposed to do. So now NASCAR, we have the Ford Championship weekend, as I said, on November 15, 16, and 17, and it'll be the 18th year that we crown NASCAR's champion of all 3 touring divisions: the NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series, the NASCAR Infinity Series, and the Monster Energy Cup Series. And so I think it's unprecedented that any major league sport crowns its champion in the same venue 18 years in a row. And I don't think you're going to see that anytime soon, if ever again. The championship is moving to Phoenix, Arizona, and they have a 3-year run. But I think eventually NASCAR will be moving around its championship race similar to the way the Super Bowl does. So we'll put the championship or the last race of the season in different markets. But this year we're really excited. You know, the competition keeps getting better and better. I think that the thoughts of NASCAR's demise were greatly exaggerated. I think the competition this year, if you look at the statisticians, number of passes for the lead, number of passes in general, all that is way up at historic levels. You know, we just have to get the star power back because we had a bunch of our stars all retire consecutively with Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards, and so now the next wave is coming in. Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, those kids are really making a name for themselves, and I think that the future for NASCAR is very, very bright. We come back 126 days later, but who's counting? And we race the NASCAR weekend will be held in March 20, 21, 22. And so it's going to be a challenge because we promote 2 races so close together, but ultimately I think that that's going to be a much better date for us, and in particular it's going to be a much better day for South Florida. I think there's a reason why all the major events in South Florida take place in the spring. In particular for our folks, we hear a lot of our fans, the NASCAR fans from Pennsylvania and Illinois and Ohio and the Carolinas and Georgia and other parts of the southeast and eastern seaboard. It's very difficult for them to get down here the weekend before Thanksgiving. All right, Thanksgiving is typically 3 days after Ford Championship weekend concludes. This year is a week between, but either way, they're getting ready for families to visit. They're getting ready for Christmas shopping. The weather's turning, and as you know, Miami's a football town. They're the 800-pound gorilla. So getting away from the fall with football and the holidays, after hibernating in these northern climates in January and February, I think they'll be much more willing to come down in March. So it's going to be a really fun weekend. We're going to be a lot more local, and Neil can speak to that and get one-on-ones afterwards. But with hosting the championship is a lot of responsibility. It's very, very rigid, and it's kind of like the Super Bowl, a lot of restrictions, a lot of different stakeholders. When we race in March, that's going to allow us a little bit of freedom to kind of be more local and be more fun and more of a spring break vibe. And you know, if you think of Homestead Miami Speedway gone wild, you know, very clean, very family fun family environment, but we are going to be able to do some more fun things out from under the restrictions of the very pressure cooker that is the last race of the season. So we're really excited, and the future's bright here. And so if there's anything I can do for y'all, I'm very honored that SAMA selected this venue, and I know that a lot of you are in Broward, and to take your time to come down here and be with us means the world to me. Think of us as a resource. And Bill, we're gonna talk about resurrecting Righteous Spouse. It has to happen. Did too much to change too many lives for it to be gone forever. So we took a little hiatus. I think now we're in a position to put more resources against it. And I really do believe in that event, and I'm looking to resurrect it. So whatever we can do to work together, collaborate, and make it happen, let's do it.